Welcome to Old Valuable Coins, the place where hidden treasures come to life and everyday pocket change could be worth far more than you think. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. quarters, focusing on four interesting coins that collectors are always searching for: the 1972 quarter dollar, the 1978 quarter dollar, the 1987 D quarter, and the 1990 D quarter. These coins may look ordinary at first glance, but each one carries history, unique features, and in some cases, surprising value. Let's start with the 1972 quarter dollar. The 1972 quarter dollar coin is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, one of the most recognizable and widely collected coins in United States history. This coin continues a design that was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1972, the quarter had already become an everyday coin used by millions of people across the country. Yet certain pieces from this year have gained attention among collectors due to condition, mint marks, and subtle variations. The obverse of the 1972 quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington. This design was created by sculptor John Flanagan, whose initials JF can be found on the coin. Washington's profile is strong and dignified, reflecting his importance as the first president of the United States and a central figure in American history. Above his head appears the word liberty, while the phrase "In God We Trust" is positioned to the left of his neck. The year 1972 is clearly struck below the portrait. The design remained largely unchanged for decades, making it instantly recognizable and trusted by the public. The reverse side of the coin shows a heraldic eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness to defend the nation. Beneath the arrows are two olive branches, representing peace. Above the eagle appears the inscription, United States of America, and below it is quarter dollar. The motto, E Pluribus Unum, is placed above the eagle's head. This reverse design, also created by John Flanagan, remained in use until 1998. When the U.S. Mint introduced the state quarters program. The 1972 quarter was produced at three different United States Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins struck in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, which can sometimes confuse beginners, as they may assume the coin has no origin marking. Denver coins have a small D mint mark located on the obverse, to the right of Washington's ponytail. San Francisco coins bear an S mint mark and were typically produced as proof coins for collectors rather than general circulation. In terms of composition, the 1972 quarter is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition. This means the coin consists of a pure copper core sandwich between two outer layers, made of a mixture of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition was introduced in 1965, replacing the earlier 90% silver coins due to rising silver prices and shortages. As a result, the 1972 quarter does not contain any silver, which is important for collectors and investors to understand. Despite this, high-grade examples in certain rare varieties can still be valuable. The coin has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs approximately 5.67 grams. The edge of the coin is reeded, meaning it has small grooves around the circumference. These reeds were originally designed to prevent people from shaving off precious metal from coins, but they remain as a traditional feature even after the transition away from silver. The mintage numbers for the 1972 quarter are quite high, reflecting its role as a widely used circulating coin. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of coins, while the Denver Mint also struck a large quantity. San Francisco proof coins were produced in smaller numbers, but they were specifically made for collectors and typically have a mirror-like finish with sharp details. Because of these high mintages, most 1972 quarters found in circulation today are not rare. However, condition plays a major role in determining value. Coins that are heavily circulated usually show signs of wear, such as flattened details, scratches, and dull surfaces. These coins are generally worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins that have never been used in daily transactions can be worth significantly more. These coins retain their original mint luster, sharp details, and clean surfaces. Collectors often grade coins based on their condition, using a scale that ranges from poor, SP1 to mint state MS70. A 1972 quarter in high mint state condition, especially MS65 or higher, can be desirable and valuable. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are another important category. These coins are specially made using polished dies and planchets, resulting in a highly reflective surface and strong contrast between the raised design and the background. Proof coins are typically sold in sets and carefully preserved, making them popular among collectors. A 1972 S-proof quarter in perfect condition can be worth several dollars or more, depending on its grade and demand. One interesting aspect of coin collecting is the search for errors and varieties, and the 1972 quarter is no exception. Although it is not as famous for major errors as some other coins, there are still minor varieties that collectors look for. These can include double dies, off-center strikes, and other minting anomalies. Such errors occur during the production process and can make a coin unique. When authenticated and graded, error coins can sometimes be worth significantly more than regular issues. Another factor that affects the value of a 1972 quarter is eye appeal. Coins with bright luster, attractive toning, and minimal marks are more desirable. Toning refers to the natural coloration that develops on a coin over time due to exposure to air and environmental elements. Some collectors appreciate colorful toning, especially if it enhances a coin's visual appeal without obscuring the design. The 1972 quarter also holds historical significance as it was produced during a time of economic change in the United States. The early 1970s were marked by inflation and shifts in monetary policy, including the end of the gold standard under President Richard Nixon in 1971. While the quarter itself does not directly reflect these changes in its design, it was part of the broader monetary system during a transformative period in American history. For beginners in coin collecting, the 1972 quarter is a good starting point because it is easy to find and affordable. Collectors often begin by searching through pocket change or coin rolls to find coins in the best possible condition. Over time, they may upgrade their collection by purchasing higher-grade examples from dealers or auctions. Learning how to properly store and handle coins is also important, as improper handling can lead to damage and reduce value. Proper storage involves keeping coins in a dry, stable environment, away from extreme temperatures and humidity. Many collectors use coin holders, flips, or albums to protect their coins from scratches and contaminants. Handling coins by the edges rather than touching the surfaces helps preserve their condition. For valuable coins, professional grading services can provide authentication and assign an official grade, which can increase buyer confidence and market value in today's market. Next, we move to the 1978 quarter dollar. The 1978 quarter dollar coin is part of the long-standing Washington quarter series, a cornerstone of United States coinage that has remained familiar to generations of Americans. This coin continues the same classic design that was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By the late 1970s, the Washington quarter had become one of the most widely circulated coins in the country, used daily in commerce, while also attracting attention from collectors who appreciate its history, design, and variations. The obverse of the 1978 quarter features the iconic left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Washington's image is presented in a dignified and realistic style, symbolizing leadership, strength, and the foundation of the United States. Above his head appears the word liberty, which reflects the nation's core values. To the left of his neck is the motto, "In God We Trust," and below the portrait is the date 1978. The designer's initial JF are visible near the base of the bust. This design remained consistent for decades, helping create a strong visual identity for the coin. The reverse of the 1978 quarter displays a powerful heraldic eagle with its wings fully spread. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, representing readiness to defend the nation, while olive branches beneath the arrows symbolize peace. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, and below it appears quarter dollar. The motto, E Pluribus Unum, is positioned above the eagle's head. This reverse design, also created by John Flanagan, remained in use until the introduction of the State Quarter Series in 1999. The 1978 quarter was minted at 3 primary facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint do not carry a mint mark, which is standard for coins produced there during that era. Denver Mint coins feature a small D mint mark located on the obverse, to the right of Washington's ponytail. San Francisco Mint coins bear an S mint mark and were primarily produced as proof coins intended for collectors rather than for general circulation. In terms of composition, the 1978 quarter is made from a copper-nickel-clad structure. This composition includes a pure copper core sandwich between two outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This change from silver to clad composition had already been implemented in 1965 due to rising silver prices and the need to produce coins more economically. As a result, the 1978 quarter does not contain any silver, which is an important detail for those who might assume older coins automatically have precious metal content. The coin has a standard diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs approximately 5.67 grams. Its reeded edge, featuring small grooves around circumference, is both a traditional and functional element that dates back to earlier coinage practices. Although originally designed to prevent the shaving of precious metals, the reeded edge remains a distinctive feature even on modern clad coins. The mintage of the 1978 quarter was quite large, reflecting the demand for circulating coinage in the United States during that time. The Philadelphia Mint produced hundreds of millions of coins, while the Denver Mint also contributed a substantial number. The San Francisco Mint produced a smaller quantity of proof coins, which were sold in sets to collectors. Because of these high mintages, most 1978 quarters are common and can still be found in circulation or in coin collections. Condition plays a crucial role in determining the value of a 1978 quarter. Coins that have been heavily circulated often show visible wear, including flattened details, scratches, and a lack of luster. These coins are typically worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, coins that have been preserved in uncirculated condition, meaning they have not been used in everyday transactions, can be worth more. Uncirculated coins retain their original mint luster, sharp design details, and clean surfaces, making them more attractive to collectors. Coin grading is an important aspect of evaluating condition. The grading scale ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70, with higher grades indicating better preservation. A 1978 quarter in mint state condition, particularly at grades such as MS65 or higher, can command a premium price. These high-grade coins are often sought after by collectors who aim to build complete sets of Washington quarters in top condition. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint are another category of interest. These coins are struck using specially prepared dies and polished planchets, resulting in a mirror-like background and sharply defined design elements. Proof coins are not intended for circulation and are usually stored carefully by collectors, which helps preserve their condition. A 1978 S-proof quarter can be worth several dollars or more, depending on its grade and quality. Collectors also pay attention to mint errors and varieties when examining 1978 quarters. Although there are no widely famous major errors associated with this year, minor errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and die cracks can occasionally be found. These errors occur during the minting process and can make a coin unique. When authenticated, such error coins can be more valuable than standard examples. Another interesting factor is toning, which refers to the natural coloration that develops on a coin over time. Toning can range from light golden hues to deep blues and purples, depending on environmental conditions. While some collectors prefer bright, untuned coins, others value attractive toning for its aesthetic appeal. A beautifully toned 1978 quarter can stand out and may be more desirable in the market. The historical context of the 1978 quarter adds another layer of interest. This coin was produced during a period of economic and social change in the United States. The late 1970s were marked by inflation, energy crises, and shifting economic policies. While these broader events are not directly reflected in the coin's design, they form part of the background in which the coin circulated. Every coin from this era can be seen as a small piece of that history. For those new to coin collecting, the 1978 quarter is an accessible and affordable entry point. It is easy to find, making it ideal for learning about grading, mint marks, and coin preservation. Many collectors begin by searching through pocket change or bankrolls to find the best examples. Over time, they may choose to upgrade their collection by acquiring higher-grade coins or proof versions. Proper handling and storage are essential for maintaining a coin's condition. Coins should be handled by the edges to avoid fingerprints and oils that can damage the surface. Storing coins in protective holders, albums, or capsules can help prevent scratches and environmental damage. Keeping coins in a stable, dry environment is also important to avoid corrosion or discoloration. In the coin market, the value of a 1978 quarter depends largely on its condition and any unique characteristics it may have. Circulated coins generally remain at face value, while uncirculated coins can range from a few dollars to higher amounts for top-quality specimens. Proof coins and era varieties may achieve higher prices, especially if they're in exceptional condition or have strong visual appeal. Now, let's talk about the 1987 D-quarter dollar. The 1987 D-quarter dollar coin is part of the long-running Washington Quarter Series, a foundational piece of United States coinage that has been in continuous production since 1932. This particular coin represents an interesting moment in modern coin history because, unlike many other years, 1987 quarters were not released into general circulation through the usual banking channels. Instead, they were only issued in official mint sets, making them less commonly found in everyday change and slightly more special to collectors. The obverse of the 1987 D-quarter features a familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design has remained largely unchanged for decades and is one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. Washington's portrait reflects dignity and strength, honoring his role as the first president of the United States. Above his head appears the word liberty, while the motto, "In God We Trust," is placed to the left of his neck. The date 1987 is clearly struck below the portrait. To the right of Washington's ponytail is the mint mark D, indicating that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse of the coin continues the traditional heraldic eagle design, also created by John Flanagan. The eagle is shown with its wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows that symbolize strength and military readiness. Beneath the arrows are olive branches, representing peace. Above the eagle is the inscription, United States of America, and below it is quarter dollar. The motto, E pluribus unum, appears above the eagle's head. This reverse design remained in use until it was replaced in 1999 by the State Quarter Series. The 1987 D-quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, which became standard for U.S. coinage starting in 1965. The coin consists of a pure copper core sandwich between two outer layers made from a mixture of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gives the coin its silver-like appearance while keeping production costs lower than earlier silver coins. As a result, the 1987 D-quarter contains no silver, which is important for collectors who may assume older coins have intrinsic metal value. The coin has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and weighs approximately 5.67 grams. Its edge is reeded, featuring small grooves that run along the circumference. While this design element originally served to prevent the shaving of precious metals from coins, it has remained a standard feature even after the transition to clad compositions. The reeded edge also adds to the coin's tactile feel and visual appeal. One of the most notable aspects of the 1987 D-quarter is its limited release. In 1987, the United States Mint decided not to release quarters, dimes, or half dollars into general circulation due to a sufficient supply of coins already in use. Instead, these coins were only made available in official uncirculated mint sets sold directly to collectors. This decision makes the 1987 D-quarter less commonly encountered in circulation compared to other years, even though millions were still produced. The mintage of the 1987 D-quarter was substantial, with over 600 million coins struck at the Denver Mint. However, because these coins were distributed primarily through mint sets rather than everyday transactions, many were preserved in relatively high condition. This means that while the coin is not rare in terms of total production, it is less likely to be found in worn, circulated condition compared to quarters from other years. Condition plays a key role in determining the value of a 1987 D quarter. Since many of these coins were saved directly from mint sets, uncirculated examples are quite common. These coins typically retain their original mint luster, sharp details, and clean surfaces. However, coins that have been removed from mint sets and handled improperly may show signs of wear, scratches, or toning, which can affect their value. Coin grading is used to evaluate the condition of coins, with grades ranging from poor P1 to mint state MS70. A 1987 D quarter in lower circulated grades is generally worth only its face value of 25 cents. Uncirculated coins in mint state condition can be worth a small premium, often ranging from $1 to several dollars depending on quality. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS 65 or higher, can command higher prices among collectors who seek top-quality coins for their collections. Proof coins were also produced in 1987, but only at the San Francisco Mint, and they carry the S Mint mark. These proof coins are different from a 1987 D quarter because they were struck using specially polished dies and planchets, resulting in a mirror-like finish and sharp details. While the 1987 D quarter is an uncirculated coin from a mint set, the proof version is a separate collectible category. Collectors often look for mint errors and varieties when examining 1987 D quarters. While there are no widely famous major errors associated with this coin, minor minting anomalies can still occur. These may include off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies, or clipped planchets. Such errors are relatively rare and can increase the value of a coin if properly authenticated and graded. Another factor that can influence the desirability of a 1987 D quarter is its eye appeal. Coins with bright luster, minimal marks, and attractive toning are generally more appealing to collectors. Toning refers to the natural coloration that develops over time due to environmental exposure. Some collectors appreciate subtle or colorful toning, especially if it enhances the coin's overall appearance without obscuring the design. The historical context of the 1987 D quarter adds an additional layer of interest. The late 1980s were a period of economic growth and technological advancement in the United States. Although the coin's design does not reflect specific events from that time, it represents a piece of everyday life during that era. The decision not to release the coin into circulation also highlights how the mint adapts its production based on economic needs and coin demand. For beginners, the 1987 D quarter is an interesting coin to collect because of its unique distribution history. It provides an opportunity to learn about mint sets, grading, and the factors that influence coin value. Collectors often seek out original mint sets that still contain the coins in their original packaging, as these sets can preserve the coins in better condition. Proper storage and handling are essential for maintaining the condition of a 1987 D quarter. Coins should be handled by their edges to avoid fingerprints and surface damage. Using protective holders, albums, or capsules can help prevent scratches and environmental exposure. Keeping coins in a stable, dry environment is also important to avoid corrosion or discoloration. In the current coin market, the value of a 1987 D quarter depends largely on its condition. Circulated examples are generally worth face value, while uncirculated coins from mint sets can be worth a small premium. High-grade coins, especially those with exceptional quality or eye appeal, may be worth significantly more to serious collectors. Error coins and unique varieties can also command higher prices if they are rare and well-preserved. Finally, we have the 1990 D quarter dollar. The 1990 D quarter dollar coin is part of the Washington Quarter Series, one of the most enduring and widely recognized coin series in United States history. Originally introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the Washington Quarter has remained a staple of U.S. coinage for decades. The 1990 D quarter is notable for being part of the final years of the traditional clad Washington quarters before the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, which changed the reverse designs entirely. The obverse of the 1990 D quarter features the iconic left-facing portrait of George Washington, created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932. The design has remained largely unchanged throughout the series, preserving its classic and recognizable appearance. Washington's image is dignified and commanding, representing his status as the first president of the United States. Above his head is the inscription Liberty, a constant element in American coinage reflecting the nation's foundational values. To the left of his neck is the national motto, "In God We Trust." Below the portrait is the date 1990, indicating the year of issue, and to the right of Washington's ponytail is the mint mark D, signifying that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint. The designer's initial JF are subtly engraved at the base of the bust. The reverse of the 1990 D quarter showcases a traditional heraldic eagle design, also by John Flanagan. The eagle is depicted with wings fully spread, perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing military readiness and strength. Beneath the arrows are olive branches, representing peace. The inscriptions United States of America and $quarter appear above and below the eagle, respectively, while the phrase E pluribus unum is positioned above the eagle's head. This reverse design was a hallmark of Washington quarters for decades and remained in use until the state quarters program began in 1999. The 1990 D quarter is composed of a copper-nickel-clad structure, standard for U.S. quarters since 1965. The coin contains a pure copper core sandwich between two outer layers made of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition gives the coin a silver-like appearance while reducing costs compared to the earlier 90% silver quarters. Consequently, the 1990 D quarter contains no precious metal content, though it maintains the classic look and feel of earlier coins. The coin measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs approximately 5.67 grams. Its edge is reeded, a design feature that historically helped prevent the shaving of valuable metals from coins. Today, the reeded edge remains a consistent characteristic of quarters, providing tactile and visual interest while preserving tradition. The 1990 D quarter was minted at 3 primary locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins generally have no mint mark. Denver coins carry the D mint mark, and San Francisco coins carry the S mint mark and are primarily issued as proof coins for collectors. The 1990 D quarter, therefore, represents a Denver issue intended for circulation. Mintage figures for the 1990 D quarter were substantial, reflecting the ongoing demand for circulating coinage. The Denver Mint produced over 600 million coins for this year, making them widely available but still collectible, especially in uncirculated condition. Condition plays a central role in the value of the 1990 D quarter. Coins that have circulated and show signs of wear, such as flattened details, scratches, or dull surfaces, are typically worth only their face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins that have not been handled in daily transactions retain their original mint luster, sharp details, and clean surfaces. These coins are more desirable to collectors and can command premiums depending on grade and visual appeal. Grading coins is essential for evaluating condition. The scale ranges from poor P1 to mint state MS70, with higher grades indicating coins in better preservation. A 1990 D quarter in mint state condition, particularly MS65 or higher, is highly collectible and can fetch a higher price compared to circulated examples. Collectors often seek coins with eye appeal, meaning bright surfaces, minimal marks, and attractive toning, as these qualities enhance desirability. While the 1990 D quarter does not have widely known major mint errors, minor varieties and production anomalies do exist. These can include off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks, which occur during the minting process. Such coins are often unique and, when authenticated, can be significantly more valuable than standard examples. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint offer another dimension to collectors of the 1990 series. Proof coins are struck using specially polished dies and planchets, resulting in a mirror-like finish with sharp details. These coins were intended for collectors and not for general circulation, distinguishing them from the 1990 D quarters produced for everyday use. Toning, or the natural coloration that develops on coins over time due to environmental exposure, can also influence desirability. Toned coins may display subtle shades of gold, blue, or purple, adding to their aesthetic appeal without compromising design visibility. Collectors often appreciate well-toned quarters as they are visually striking and can increase interest and value. Historically, the 1990 D quarter was produced during a period of relative economic stability in the United States. The late 1980s and early 1990s were marked by moderate growth, technological advances, and the winding down of the Cold War. While these broader historical contexts are not directly reflected in the coin's design, each coin acts as a small artifact of daily life in that era, circulating in pockets, wallets, and cash registers nationwide. For beginners in coin collecting, the 1990 D-quarter offers an approachable starting point. It is relatively easy to find in circulation, yet its uncirculated examples and mint-set coins allow collectors to practice grading, handling, and preserving coins. Collectors often begin by searching rolls of coins for high-quality specimens, and later expand their collections to include proof coins or era varieties. Proper handling and storage are crucial to preserving the value of a 1990 D-quarter. The current market value of a 1990 D-quarter varies depending on condition. Circulated examples are generally worth face value, while uncirculated coins from mint sets can carry a small premium. High-grade mint state coins with exceptional eye appeal or minimal handling marks are more sought after by collectors. Unique era coins, although rare, can command higher prices depending on rarity and desirability. Across all these quarters, one thing remains consistent. Condition is key. Coins that are uncirculated, with no scratches, strong details, and original shine, are always worth more. Mint marks, errors, and rarity also play a huge role in determining value. Even a small detail can turn an ordinary coin into a valuable collectible. So next time you check your pocket change, don't overlook those quarters. A simple coin from 1972, 1978, 1987 D, or 1990 D could be hiding a story and possibly a surprising price tag. Thanks for watching Old Valuable Coins. If you enjoy discovering rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories.